Hello, everybody. Ryushikaze here. I am joined. We are playing Armjoe, not me and my academic advisor here, By the Stars.
Hi, everybody. My name is By the Stars, and this is my first Let's Play ever. So, take it away, Ryu.
Yeah, I am going to be the controller monkey here. I'm going to be doing the inputs, whereas my published academic expert is actually going to be the one giving us the information about what the hell is going on here. I might need to.
So I guess I should first start with the title here. Why Armjoe? What is Armjoe? So, Armjoe is a fighting game based on Victor Hugo's classic 1862 novel, Les Miserables, or Les Mis for short. One of the most famous works of literature and one of the longest. Les Mis has been adapted into movies, into a famous musical, into, well, this, a fighting game. Now, why this title? Armjoe is a sort of bilingual pun. In Japan, Les Mis is referred to as Armjoe, which in English would mean, or translate to, misery. So that was romanized as Armjoe. The actual story of Les Mis tells a story of Jean ValJean, a convict who was imprisoned for 19 years for stealing a loaf of bread to save his sister's starving family. He goes to prison, gets out of prison, becomes the mayor of a town, adopts an orphan, runs from the law, and ends up getting mixed up in the Revolution of 1832, where students built barricades in the streets of Paris to protest the newly reinstated monarchy. In this game, however, Jean ValJean has to fight through a series of characters, including his fellow revolutionaries, his own adopted daughter, and, well, you'll see. We're not going to spoil it all for you.
I mean, eventually we will, if it starts working.
Yeah. We're having some trouble right now. Sorry about that.
Unfortunately, the Armjoe program is held together by Spit and Hopes and Dreams, and at the moment, it is not holding together too very well.
So I became aware of Armjoe during my research for the research paper you mentioned. I was specifically focusing on Eastern adaptations of the Les Mis story. I found out that in the process of my research that Japan actually has made the most film adaptations of Les Mis, even more so than its native France. Japan also there's an anime of Les Mis, multiple mangas, a hidden object game, and this. The musical Les Mis was also translated into Japanese just a few years after its Western premiere. It was translated in 1987 and is actually celebrating its 30th anniversary in Japan this year in 2017. So, what better time to be playing Armjoe?
But yes.
Armjoe!
Okay, we actually heard the sound that time, so that's a good sign that maybe it'll work properly this time. We are going to play through the first time. Hopefully it will load. There we go.
Alright, so here you have your character select roster, and you can see a large selection of characters from the Les Mis story. We are going to start with... we're going to
start with ValJean.
Yeah, that's...
Well, we want to show you a couple of the other people.
There is the horribly misspelled revolutionary leader, Armjoe
PonValPon,
who has nothing to do with Les Mis at all, and we're not quite sure why he's here.
I think he's some sort of dumb joke by the creator of the game, but you got me.
Eponine, the scrappy street rat who is in love with the more aristocratic Marius, but he does not love her back. Singer of one of the musical's most famous hit songs, On My Own. officer who chases after Jean ValJean and is the one most likely to actually be in a fighting game.
And 5 stars favorite character.
Actually, yeah, my handle comes from his famous line in the musical, "This I swear by the stars."
Thénardier.
Thénardier, and his wife, they're actually a dual character. They are the slimy, sleazy innkeepers who are basically known for robbing their guests and squeezing out every sou and franc that they can get.
If you saw the recent movie, you'll remember them as Borat and,
Bellatrix Lestrange.
Yeah, Bellatrix Lestrange.
A generic police officer wearing the uniform that a lot of the extras and ensemble members wear in the musical. Cosette, ValJean's adopted daughter, who was raised in an abusive environment by the Thénardiers before being adopted by him, and the least likely character to appear in a fighting game.
I don't know about the least likely, because we're going to skip that guy. There's RoboJean.
Yeah, a robotic version of Jean ValJean that makes no appearances in the actual Les Mis story, but it has a pretty cool design.
Yeah. And of course, Marius.
Marius, the son of an aristocratic PonValPon family, he is the point in a love triangle between Cosette and Eponine, and in the movie, again, if you saw the recent movie, he was played by Eddie Redmayne, making a really weird, grimmest grin thing the whole time, even though he was supposed to be sad.
He brings life and destroys it.
Yeah. But no.
We're going to be playing as ValJean, the main character, also known in America as Prisoner 24601, or in Japan as Prisoner 24653, due to a lot of the negative associations with the number 0 in Japanese folklore.
Also, doesn't it fit the rhyme better?
Yeah, Niyon Rokugo-san. So, first we're going to be fighting Armjoe. I want to talk a little bit about ValJean's design here. It looks like we're fighting on the banks of the river Seine. We've got some onlookers, the poor of Paris. You can see ValJean here is a physical fighter relying on his kicks and his punches. This is actually very accurate to Hugo's original text. ValJean was described as being very strong and well built with very muscular, thick arms. He is known for being able to lift large, heavy objects. One of the most famous scenes in the book and musical, he lifts an entire cart to rescue a man trapped underneath. This design of ValJean seems to come mostly from Hugo's descriptions, as the musical ValJean is usually portrayed as significantly older with gray or gray hair. He says here, "I'm returning home." Oh, and now we're fighting Eponine. So I didn't really talk about Armjoe in the first fight, but you saw he used a gun. He was a ranged fighter. Eponine is another physical scrapper like ValJean, as you can see, which fits her being raised on the streets. Ryu, do you want to tell us some about how this game is actually played? Like, what the controls are like?
So it is a 4-button scheme. There are 6 buttons available, but 2 of them literally do nothing. It's basically a strong, a kick, and light kick, and then various button input moves with a dash. Jean ValJean is a bruiser character in Holross, has a very bizarre thing where he literally was doing more damage to himself than I was.
And we did not get to see his ultimate attack, but he has quite a funny ultimate that you'll see later. He basically says, "Only I can win, I have to win." PonValPon, the mascot joke character that is kind of aardvark or anteater bunny, right? So what kind of fighter is PonValPon, Ryu?
PonValPon is the joke character, possibly a lethal joke, but he's got a little bit of stretchy. I want to talk a little bit more about Eponine as a character in this, because she was the definition of a speedster character. She was bouncing off the walls, setting up a lot of traps.
And her design comes directly from the musical. That coat she throws off is the famous coat she wears during On My Own, and that hat, that is entirely her musical design there. Now, you seem to be winning pretty quickly, so is this not too difficult of a game then?
It starts off pretty easily, but
some of the later characters are a lot more difficult. And it looks like our matches are timed here.
They are. We've got, I think, 60 seconds per match. Whoever has,
so we've moved from the streets of Paris to this generic field where it seems to be raining. Actually, there are several songs in Les Mis that deal with rain, most famously Eponine's, spoilers, death scene, A Little Fall of Rain. So, once again, Jean ValJean has emerged victorious. Who do we fight next? RoboJean! And what kind of character is RoboJean, Ryu?
RoboJean plays a lot like regular Jean ValJean, except he's got that sparking effect and a giant laser. Instead of, Jean ValJean has a lot of moves that will take him across the battlefield pretty quick.
Does he have any, so I noticed ValJean's doing punches and kicks, does he have any kind of special attack? Oh,
yes.
There we go. He just picks RoboJean up and slams him.
He's got that, like, his, if I can get it to connect, he has a standard punch that,
So as you can see, things are getting a lot tougher. The difficulty curve of this game is very steep.
it's more of a wall.
And that is why Ryu is on the controls and not me. I just know things about Les Mis. So I do love how they portrayed ValJean's strength here, though, because that is very canon. Speaking of canon, actually in the original novel, among his fellow prisoners, he was given the nickname Jean the Jack. Jack, his ability to pick up heavy things and his strength beyond his years. This is probably the youngest ValJean I've seen, and that's even counting Hugh Jackman's portrayal in Creed.
Hugh Jackman was in his 40s, so...
I know, but he didn't act quite as old as the stage ValJeans tend to play the role.
Yeah.
We're now fighting ourselves! Mirror match!
Yep, it is a...
Now notice here, ValJean, your opponent ValJean has the gray hair that the character is usually seen with.
Oh, I got to connect. So, that is the straight punch. That is actually just a standard attack, but it will knock an enemy the entire length.
Yeah. At some point we need to do a run as ArmJoe so you can show off ArmJoe's ultimate attack, the unique one that you can do. We're actually a little low on health here. Ooh. So that was our first loss. As you can see, difficulty is going up very fast, and we are in a forest now.
Yes. Difficulty and specifically the damage, because all the other people have not been able to do ridiculous amounts of damage.
ValJean can.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. You got him, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. That was that blood there.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with this particular match.
Because we weren't seeing any blood in the previous matchup.
I think it's specifically that whenever Jean ValJean is defeated, he bleeds.
Well, that fits Jean ValJean. Les Mis is basically about his life sucking for the majority of his existence. Spoilers, but you know, it's a book titled The Sad People. Come on, you almost got him. Just a little help left. You've got, what's that meter charging up at the bottom there?
That is a super meter. I haven't been able to get any supers off yet, but it charges up to 3, and at 3 you can do an extra super. What's he saying there?
Not very much, really. Just like, oh, I did it.
Okay.
And now we're fighting the generic policeman of Paris, but I do, back on the Seine. The Seine is one of the crucial locations in the book. I will talk about it if we get to that fight. The policeman seems to have the power to shoot fireballs.
Yes, the policeman in this game is your standard Street Fighter Shoto character.
But as I was saying, I love the uniform. This is the uniform worn by the extras in the stage musicals when they appear. There are several policemen who appear in various scenes, and that is your standard uniform in either blue or black, depending on the production. Japanese productions tend to go with black, while American tend to go with blue. Jesus. I just never knew that the Paris police had the ability to shoot fireballs.
Yeah, it's, it's to this day.
Really? Well, I should have never noticed that.
Oh, no, it's a lovely thing.
Just turned his back on.
I just gotta look at it.
Now we are fighting our own adopted daughter, Cosette. If there's one character in Les Mis whose life sucks more than ValJean's, it's Cosette's. Her mother, Fantine, was abandoned by her father after getting pregnant. Cosette was raised in the Thenardier's inn where she was treated as a virtual slave, basically forced to carry water, clean, she dressed in rags, until being adopted by ValJean, raised in a convent with no friends until she met Marius, and the day after she meets Marius, he goes off to fight in the Revolution of 1832. This design of Cosette with her black dress and the lace collar comes actually specifically from the 10th anniversary production where she was played by Judy Kuhn, who's also the singing voice of Pocahontas and Princess Jasmine. What kind of fighter is Cosette, Ryu?
Cosette is weird because she is, technically speaking, she won. So she herself is a very glass cannon character. And
I love that hat.
Yes. So her basic attacks don't do much damage, but she can summon Jean ValJean to do stupid damage. So,
very fitting for her character in the story, though, where she is under the protection of ValJean and is for his daughter.
Yeah, so if you let her have any distance, she can wreck you with her dad.
Okay, we're now fighting the Thenardiers, the innkeeper. This is interesting because whereas before we were mostly seeing designs from the musical or the original novel, these designs come from the anime, Les Mis Shoujo Cosette, where Thenardier is sort of portrayed as this very cartoonish character, and his wife is this hulking brute of a woman. The two of them run an inn together. In the musical, they get the song Master of the House, which is about how they like to rob and steal. And how do they fight, Ryu?
They are a combo character.
Blood.
Yes, only Thenardier can be damaged. He essentially sends his wife to deal the majority of the damage, but she cannot be controlled directly. She's essentially called forth and summoned.
So she's
sort of. I mean, it's a bit more like Rosalina and Lupo.
okay. Sorry, just like
No. I get to, just because there's a Persona fighting game, you can actually attack the Persona directly.
we're still in the countryside again. It looks like.
Yeah.
And now we're fighting.
You better treat my daughter right.
Basically, yeah, ValJean is really protective of Cosette. Oh my gosh, I love that.
He has an attack that's his love of Cosette.
But ValJean starts out really disapproving of Marius and not wanting this relationship to happen. But then once they fight together in the Revolution, he eventually softens enough, most famously through the song Bring Him Home. And he eventually does give Marius Cosette's hand in marriage. Marius is kind of a skinny, nerdy academic guy. This design here seems to be kind of a composite of musical Marius and how Marius is described in the book. And how does Marius fight?
He is kind of a combo monkey. Like, none of his attacks do a lot, but as you can see, he had a standard combo that when it connected, it dealt a number of attacks that built up. But he is also not a whole heck of a lot of health.
Oh, and here we have the match for the century, ValJean versus his eternal rival, Inspector Javert. Javert is determination personified. He chases ValJean across France for years and years, trying to bring him back to justice, because ValJean breaks his parole. He tears up his ticket of leave, and he stops reporting to the parole officer, and so Javert basically dedicates his life to finding ValJean. He chases him. Javert's thing is the law and justice. He believes that the law is the ultimate authority. They are fighting here in the sewers of Paris, where ValJean escapes from Javert carrying a wounded Marius after the revolution fails and the barricades fall. I could go on and on about Javert because he's my favorite, but Ryu, let's hear a little bit about his fighting style.
So his fighting style, he's very similar he's basically a lighter, slightly more option having ValJean. I mean, they are appropriately rivals. He has attacks in which he can summon police to grab his opponent and wail on them.
And his design here is based on the Australian actor Philip Ross, who portrayed him in the 10th anniversary concert and kind of created the iconic ponytail and sideburns. And here is the final boss.
Yes.
An incarnation of judgment himself, because one of the themes of Les Mis is, can ValJean ever be more than the crime he committed, or must he submit to judgment? Can a criminal still be a good man? And fittingly, we are fighting in a slightly color washed out, but we are fighting in a church here because ValJean's moment of truth when he realizes that he can be more than this crime he committed is when he encounters a bishop who shows him true kindness for Judgment.
And was also played by Quast, I think.
No. In the movie, he was played by PonValPon, the original ValJean.
That was it, yes.
You can see Judgment is a powerhouse. What's he fight like, Ryu?
He fights like kicking your face in. Like, I'm not even joking, he is deliberately, ridiculously overpowered. There is a very good chance I'm not looking at this.
And his design seems to be something original created by the creator of this game for this game, but I like that he's very, dark in color, he's very kind of wasted. He almost reminds me of...
Holy crap! Okay, we might have a go.
He almost reminds me of what we usually see in various adaptations of a ValJean who's just been released from prison. So, I think this, if I'm going to psychoanalyze this Japanese fighting game, I think that he is meant to represent a ValJean who never finds his redemption, who never moves on and becomes more a ValJean who is still held back by his crime. Basically, ValJean as Javert sees him. And he's also aged.
Yes, but I nearly got him. I got him once, and I nearly got him the second time. So we are going to try that again. Hit it 3 times before... Oh,
well, we got a game over. I guess we lost too many times.
No, well, we lost once, and I think losing to Judgment is an automatic game over.
But Judgment is the final boss, so we did give you a complete look at the story mode. You can play through that story mode with any of the characters, and we will be doing that. And then versus mode, we might show up at some point. You can play, you can select a matchup, play as any 2 characters. And that's a good way for playing around, training up your characters. So we will be making more of this. We'll be playing through the story mode with some other people.
So at the moment, we only have 1 controller plugged in, so...
Not playing first.
Yeah, we're gonna end it here.
Tune in next time for going through the story mode as someone else, probably Javert.
Thank you all for